Welcome to another daily roundup of Russian Telegram chatter. Your like and subscribe to my channel would really be appreciated. Subscription is free and it only takes a moment of your time. I monitor and translate Russian Telegram chat channels as a general mood check, so you don't have to. Remember, please do your own research and be wary of propaganda and disinformation, which occurs frequently in Russian chat, especially when there is bad news for Russians concerning the country's illegal and genocidal war in Ukraine. The images used in the video are for illustration purposes only. They do not necessarily represent the issues or translations. And finally, please note, the chat is unverified, and I do not endorse the views expressed. Kadyrov reported a drone attack on the Russian Special Forces University in Chechnya today at 6:30 a.m. in Gudermes as a result of an unmanned aerial attack. The roof of an empty building on the territory of the Russian University of Special Forces caught fire. There were no victims or injured. The fire has been extinguished. Investigative bodies have begun investigating the incident and identifying those involved in the crime. The activities of the RUS have not been suspended. All services are working in normal mode, the head of Chechnya said. Kadyrov-Goatman, on the response to the attack on the Special Forces University in Gudermes, we will show in the near future such retribution that they never dreamed of. All women in Russia are required to work remotely. The State Duma has adopted a new initiative to increase the birth rate. Research confirms that women who work remotely are more likely to become mothers. The new State Duma measure will affect accountants, marketers, and IT specialists. In Russia, people are drinking more and more due to growing anxiety in society. Sales increased across all major alcoholic beverage categories over the year, with gin up 20.1%, rum up 17.1%, and whiskey up 16.9%, seeing the strongest growth in the third quarter. Former fans of wine from unfriendly countries, which has become significantly more expensive due to duties, are also switching to strong alcohol. The central bank raised the rate to a crazy 21%, and this is just the beginning. The most terrible changes since the 90s are approaching Russia. Mortgages and loans will simply become unavailable. The result is several large banks may go bankrupt at once, and millions of people will be left with nothing. To avoid being one of them and not losing what you have accumulated over the years, read the channel Barrel of Black Caviar. It is hosted by an anonymous central bank employee who explains in plain English what the heck is going on with the Russian economy, what kind of catastrophe could happen as early as November, and which banks need urgent withdrawal of money. Food prices in Russia will rise sharply by up to 20% in 2025, all because of high inflation, an increase in the key rate, and production and transportation costs, warns Artur Lear, Vice President of the Association of Exporters and Importers. Milk will rise in price to 90 rubles per litre, that's 10 to 15% more, beef to 800 rubles per kilogram, an increase of 12%, and pork to 600 rubles per kilogram, up by 10%. Russians have started smoking tea en masse. Sales of tobacco-free sticks with tea leaves have grown fivefold in a year. This trend, which came from the West, is quickly gaining popularity due to the novelty effect and the absence of excise tax until next year. The main supplier of such products is China. However, despite the absence of tobacco, tea sticks contain nicotine, which casts doubt on their less harmfulness. HSE academic director Sergei Karaganov stated that nuclear weapons are a gift from God and that refusing to use them contradicts the plan of the Almighty. In his opinion, the very emergence of nuclear weapons is God's intervention, thanks to which Russia received a powerful means for self-defense and the salvation of humanity. That's all for today, folks. Thank you for tuning in. Please remember to like this video and subscribe to the channel. I also leave comments open for feedback, which I really appreciate. You can view my original posts in much more detail on Twitter. Follow me at beefeater_fella. My research threads also include full references and sources to speed up your own research. Did you know that I also provide daily updates and deep dive research videos on a range of interesting subjects, including economics, geopolitics, sanctions, circumventions, fossil fuel updates, and much more. If you are able to support me with a coffee or subscription on Patreon, I do provide links in the description of the video. I really appreciate all the support I can get towards my research, equipment, and publication costs. Thank you. To those who have supported me on Patreon or Buy Me Coffee, you are simply awesome. Your regular support is really appreciated. Remember, folks, the YouTube edition of my Russian Telegram chat translations is released every night at midnight, UK time. Have a great day. I look forward to your next visit.